if we say that life is a constant process of creation and destruction, we're either building a mandala, the sand sculptures that the Tibetans build, or we're wiping it away, or we're building part of it while we're wiping another part of it away. And that this constant process is a cycle. In this picture, we've made it a Mobius strip, like a figure eight or an infinity symbol. Constant creation and constant destruction. We can't create without destroying something. Whatever was will be destroyed in order to create something new. So what does this slide say about the global, if we look at the whole process of humanity on this planet right now, how do we get to a sustainable life process from a currently non-sustainable life process, unless we're willing to give up the way we're currently operating, to tear down and rebuild in a way that works, in a way that is sustainable and is harmonious with the natural world. This constant interplay that we experience every day in one way or another, if you eat a sandwich, you're destroying the sandwich, you're chewing it up, tearing it apart, breaking it down at the molecular level in order to build your body. You probably don't consider that a violent action. Eating a sandwich is, and that said, it is destruction in order to create. And this whole planet works that way. All of the different life systems on this planet are constantly feeding on each other, destroying each other in order to create more of another. And there's a balance to that. And it's a worthwhile balance to maintain, to understand, to curate, to love, and to serve. And it is constantly changing and evolving in ways that are not obvious to us as a species, and are often not either not recognized, not understood, not validated, not appreciated, not loved, and therefore and thereby often feared as a result. We would say that one of the main fuels for humanity arriving at our present situation as a species, dominating and destroying the environment and being willing to dominate and destroy each other, that one of the main fuels that has gotten us here to this moment talking on Zoom about creation and destruction, one of the main fuels that got us here was simple fear or simple desire or both. That fuel is, as we said, it's a very simple process. And it can take you just so far on the evolutionary scale. And fear and desire and wanting have fueled us greedily, perhaps, as a taproot motivation to survive and to be willing to fight it out with the environment, to subjugate the environment in a brutal and voracious way, and then to meet up with this brick wall of climate change, and this brick wall of potential collapse of the species around the world, or the ecosystem as a whole, and thus the potential for extinction for humanity. How great is that? We're trying to bring levity. We know that it may not seem the opportune moment. Could we have done otherwise based upon the fuels that have driven us in or motivated us to get here as a species? Could we have done better based upon the quality of understanding we were operating from in the past than we have? We would suggest no, we have as a species done our best. If we truly understood and knew better, if we truly understood how to love each other enough to serve each other in every single moment of every single day, life would be a lot different on this planet. We just haven't understood, and we've been motivated by fuels that are toxic in their basic nature to get here. And now those fuels must be transmuted and transformed into a new kind of fuel. They can be turned into love. And with love, a whole new paradigm of creation becomes possible. With that new paradigm of creation, destruction is minimized. Pain, trauma, loss, harm are reduced. Conflict, war, battle, hatred is minimized and potentially rendered non-existent. If we move from enough love and enough consciousness, that self-love that is necessary to say, well, I chose what I chose. I did what I thought was the best thing to do at the time in the past. The past is the past. I forgive myself. I forgive humanity. I forgive the natural world. If I've got any challenge or judgments of spirit, I forgive spirit, even though spirit doesn't judge us. We sometimes judge spirit. That detachment, that letting go of the hot coal of unresolved pain and self-judgment or resentment from the past, just letting it go, empowers us to shift modes into this new paradigm of creation, and with it a new paradigm of destruction, a form of destruction that causes less harm to the world. If we have science that allows us to transmute any element into any other element, so that we're not required to damage the planet anymore, and we're not required to damage the ecosystem in order to create whatever substance we need for food. We're not required to battle the environment anymore. Does that offer us an infinite number of new possibilities as a species? And does that render the prior embattled dynamic, us against nature? How many people say we're fighting climate change? As if it's an enemy, as if it's not us that made it or brought it into existence, as if it's something to be subjugated or destroyed rather than understood and evolved out of into a more wise, discerning, decision-making lifestyle. So we just suggest that there is vast possibility for humanity right now, and that means hope, trust, and faith, and courage are absolutely necessary elements of us moving gracefully, moving through this transformational step as a species from caterpillar to butterfly. Hope, faith, trust, courage, and forgiveness of all of the past history of the world will make it all possible. Certainly, technology will be a part of the process. And that said, it will be a technology that doesn't is not intended, is not designed or oriented towards damaging the planet in order for us to have a Big Mac or a new car or a lifestyle that's better than somebody else in some other state or country. So it's a shift in understanding of basically everything in life. And that shift requires an intentional choice to be made on the part of at least individuals, and hopefully collectives, hopefully the entire species. And if we make that choice together and help each other on the way, then that choice becomes effectable and realizable, experienceable, and that future that we would all hope for our children becomes possible.